So the reading this morning is a little story called Bird's Paradise, and it's written by Lisa Suhay. Two little birds were building their nest one day when they began to speak of what would make them the happiest. The birds, both of them sporting bright yellow feathers, had always been friends. For as long as either could remember, they had shared their hopes and dreams. "I wish to find contentment and perfect peace," said the first bird. After a moment's thought, the other bird agreed that that would be the best thing to attain. The conflict between the old friends came when they began to discuss how to achieve their common goal. The first bird said that he would like to travel and meet animals of every type and size. "I will fly far and wide to see all there is to see and learn something new from everyone I meet," he said. "Someone I meet is sure to know how to have perfect peace and contentment." His friend was shocked. "Nonsense," he chirped. "In order to achieve contentment, you must have a good solid nest, plenty of food, a mate, and a few chicks. That is what I will do." Well, the two bickered long into the night until they finally decided to settle it as a contest. They would part company for a period of 10 years. At the end of that time, they would meet on this very spot to compare their progress. Unfortunately, each was so intent on proving himself correct and so insulted by the other's lack of approval that they parted in anger. The bird that flew far and wide met many different sorts of animals in his travels. He saw how different other places and animals could be. Then, as time passed, he began to see how much they could be the same. He learned that everyone needed food and shelter and love to be happy. He was becoming so contented with his new life that time passed very quickly. He sang beautiful songs for his supper and slept under the stars. And although he never took a wife, he had great love for his fellow creatures, and having so many friends, he always had a place to be warm and safe. He did not have his old friend. He remembered all the angry words he had spoken to his friend before leaving home, and so did not know peace. While the first bird was off traveling, the second yellow bird worked hard to build a fine nest and attract a wonderful mate. Their chicks were many, and they were all strong and happy. The second bird became very close to the community he lived in and was a kind and generous soul with his neighbors. He too found contentment. Not having his old and dear friend, however, did not know peace. Finally, the 10 years came to an end, and the birds flew to the appointed meeting place. In a rush, the two creatures chirped away, detailing their experiences. When they had finally finished, they stood and looked at each other for a long while. "So you have indeed found contentment, just as you predicted," the first bird said. The other said a hesitant yes and added, "You too have found contentment." Neither felt peace. As they stood there wondering where they had failed, a large yellow bird flew down from the sky and landed between them. "I am the bird of paradise," he said in a golden voice. "I have watched both of you for many years. You are both so close to attaining your goal. To do it, you must work together." The bird of paradise told them that they must forgive each other for their angry words spoken so long ago. "You must also do something much harder," she said. "You must forgive yourselves." With that, the divine bird vanished. The two old friends embraced and forgave. They lived the rest of their lives as they had lived the past 10 years, only now both of them had found peace and contentment within themselves. For peace and contentment are not things to be proved, but to be lived and savored, each in his own way. How do I know this tale for the telling, you ask? A little birdie told me.